Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Wow. Just wow. My little toesies are cold. It's just I've got my old man slippers on and my little toesies are cold. I've got the fire going. You might hear the fan every so often going tick, 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 tick. It's cozy, but my little toesies are cold. Anyway, I hope you're doing well and better. It's okay. I've got coffee. It's fine. It's okay. It's the nectar of the gods will save me again. It'll be fine. Got so many interesting questions that came in, not just related to this. Obviously, we're now somehow turning into a radio show. As well as doing spiritual stuff, and which is brilliant because, and this is the reason why, it shows that our village, the Greatest Good Village, is working. We should be proud of ourselves. It is sexy and awesome, and we're all part of the conversation and stuff like that in the comments down below. And I just find that epic and awesome and beautiful. So thank you very much, everybody doing this. I still haven't found a better way of replying to you guys because certain questions keep coming up and are phenomenal. The first one that I desperately wanted to say was, I'm reading off the comments now. It was from Gary. Hi, Gary. They asked, can you tell me what are the name of the cards that you use? Thanks, Gary, as my wife likes them. Aww. Right. Gary has a wife? I know. Shocking. But him? What has he got on her? But let's. I'm in a mood because my toes are cold, have I mentioned? Right. This one, very, very quickly, we'll breeze through them, okay? These are the 5-cent tarot. You can get them on Etsy. The black ones, the upside-down ones, are basically classic tarot. The Kipper deck is, shockingly enough, the Kipper deck. We've got the cartoon clarity of these ones. They are from Thailand, I believe. But these ones are naughty ones on off eBay. They're very much cheaper than the things. I'm not saying do it. I'm just, it's options and stuff like that. And the prediction deck, just to finish off, the prediction deck is this one. So shockingly enough, the prediction deck. I know. We're making the world a greater place over here. So there you go. I hope that helps. Now I've got to put them all back on the shelf now. Go. Put the back on the shelf behind me. Right, there you go. Right, so I hope that answers that one. Thank you very much, Gary. There was someone else. Shelley asked, hi, Gigi. It's interesting. Sorry. No. Hi, Gigi. With regards to the mud viewing, yes, looking for land, very nice indeed. Have you considered a plot of land in Ireland? Yes. This has been an ongoing review situation for Orin Dawes and I for a couple of years now, that our goal, our destination, like I'm encouraging you guys and girls to know what your destination is, your North Star, has been to move on a piece of land. We did originally, about 18 months ago, maybe a bit longer than that, start looking at, because we love Ireland. Orin Dawes is part Ireland, part Germany. So they've got a weird kind of blondie ginger kind of gene going on there occasionally. But depending on if the sun's out or not, seriously, it's ginger or blonde. It's fun. I hate it. I just poke it with a stick. It's ginger and blonde. But we looked at because they've got a fantastic bribery system, trinkets, for the old cottages over there in Ireland. However, for me, and I can only speak for myself, and are indoors, you may find it better, okay? Through the trinkets thing, you can get up to 50k euros or 70k euros off the top of my head. I'm just trying, but it's a wad of cash to renovate the cottage and bring it into living and all that kind of stuff. So it basically pays off, but you've only got an X amount of years to do it. From my friends in Ireland, on the island of Ireland, I should say, including the professional lesbians, they all have told me that like things happening on the island of Ireland is not great. What is great from what they've been telling us, and inform me down below if it's changed, is that the traditional kind of friction, shall we say, between the traditional sides over there has pretty much gone away, which is phenomenal that we're living in times like this. That is like, wow, because they've pretty much clubbed together against their version of the boat situation. And there are very much issues concerning illegal migration over there as well. And it's a little bit more squeaky bum time from what I'm gathering. Obviously, I'm not there. But from what I'm being told. So, yes, we looked into Ireland. And because of that, we were a little bit kind of, maybe that's not a great place to be. But then saying that, look at what's happening in the UK. So, yes, thanks for that question, Shelley. We may review it again because we do both love the island of Ireland. It's such a sacred place. It's such a beautiful... Everywhere you look, if you've never been, go. One, you've never seen grass greener. Seriously, the Emerald Island, all that kind of stuff. It is so, like, saturation levels are just, like, through the roof. Kind of like, it's lovely. And it's tranquil and peaceful and grounding and gorgeous. And the people are so friendly and lovely and sexual and yummy and and they know how to drink. But, and of course they do. But, yeah, I think that's a technical term. Yeah. I think there was one more question that I saw. I'm missing loads. I'm so sorry. But like I said, we need to find a better way of doing this and that kind of thing. Susan has asked, well, first off, great reading, Gigi. Thank you very much. That's all. Warm, fuzzy feeling. Thank you very much indeed. What reading was that? Starmer, Labour and Chinese Embassy, brackets and Chagos. That one, right? Where can I donate, please? Well, there is... it's all about money. Let's get in. There should be a button down below the video saying super thanks or something along that sort of line. You can contribute through YouTube if you feel that's safe and secure for you. YouTube takes... I think I think they only take like 20% or something, 10% or something, right? Different percentages for different things that happen on the platform of YouTube, but it's safe and secure and you can do that and that kind of stuff. For example, memberships, the elite members that we have here, if you've subscribed, you see a join button. That is how you can join the elite members and get extra videos each month, additional readings and stuff. That they take 30% of the contribution for the membership. Or the subscription, I should say. But we can't say subscription because you sub to the channel for free. It's complicated. You know what I mean? The buzzwords are silly. However, I think that is fair because obviously it's their platform that we hosting the videos and all that kind of stuff. So they're taking, for the hosting costs and stuff like that, it makes sense to make for them. Like it's a fair deal, in my humble opinion. I think Super Thanks, they take 20 or 10 or 20% for that. Don't quote me. But it's also through the same system, so you can feel safe and secure in that, and it's Google and blah, blah, blah. There is also links in every description to the website for personal private readings that we don't never mention, and also there is a PayPal there as well. So many options, many lovelies, and thank you very much, Shelley, for asking. We should do... I'm crap at this. Let's just be... I am a rubbish YouTuber. But, So many things. That's the problem. There's so many trinkets and things on the platform, what we're trying to do with UK Nature Watch and all that kind of stuff. It's very difficult to kind of bring that into kind of an easy narrative to kind of go bosh, bash, dish, dash, dosh. I made words and numbers and noises there, didn't I? So finally, I'm going to do now the question that's come in resonated with me. It didn't get very many upvotes, but it just gave me the nudge. It gave me the aha moment. Yeah. So that's what we're going to focus on here. But I want to do it in reverse, okay? Because there's one final kind of question like from the community that I want to address, and then we'll get into the actual question. All right? So we're going to do it in reverse order here from Tally. Also, I can't say it. I can't do it now. Also, the food shortages card is turning up repeatedly in readings by yourself and others. Is this code for something? Warmest regards. Right. The food shortage for me, or obviously it depends on each reading and stuff and how it feels and that. But recently it has been about resources in general, not just food. Okay. Obviously the economy slowing, that kind of thing, that kind of energy. Just to remind people, I do not watch other, and it really pains me, I do not watch other readers. That was a conscious choice when we started doing YouTube properly, because then you know, and obviously you've only got my word for it, but you know that if I'm saying something and someone else is saying something, we're all kind of on the same track, if you get me. And so that you know that this is a kind of a neutral place. I'm only going with what the expensive cardboard is telling me, okay, and the energy and all that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear from if you know you going around seeing other tarot readers and stuff like that on certain subjects and things, confirming on that'd be fantastic in the comments if you wouldn't mind it, or you know when you get to me and all that kind of stuff. Oh, so and so said this and so said that, and you're more than welcome. You can like on Twitter, or X or whatever. So you can, even if you want in the comment, you can their channel. I don't mind that. Because we're all here together. We're all, so I don't even know other readers, but if like, Bronwyn will she doesn't do these sorts of readings, but, Bronwyn Cove, 111, 111. There's many ones. You can her, for example, in the comments, so that, other people can go to the channel as well and find it and stuff like, if you get what I'm saying. So that, I'm not one of these people that is like, this is my channel and we can only praise me and you and that is it. And we ignore everybody else. No. And I've said this on Twitter and it was profound then, we'll do it profound now. Not Twitter, Twitch, when we were over there years ago. The difference for me, if we're going to go down to kind of my competitors, if there is such a thing, my competitors are not other readers, other tarot readers, other channels on this platform, that kind of thing. Similar to Twitch, they were not the other people that were around, and that other people were in that mindset. I'm not. My competitors are Disney Plus, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Prime, Amazon Prime, etc. Other streaming services. What's on this platform with other people and stuff, what other people are doing is, gets eyeballs over here, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah? So they're not my competitors. The other platforms are my competitors. That's how I see it. So please feel free. It's always been a rule on this channel and not even on the previous, on Twitch. So please continue it over here. We're not here for my ego. We're here to actually kind of club together and find people and find each other and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And find a safe place, a safe space. I don't know why I said that, but why not? So now let's go to the first part of this. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Tally. Sorry to hear about the missus. It's all right. It's fine. They're basically getting sucked up left, right, and centre. You know, everyone's getting like, oh, they're there. You know, it's like what? They're part ginger, part blonde. What? Pokey stick. Can the cards give some kind of indication if there is anyone left who might possibly turn things around for Labour and rebuild our trust in them? Interesting. I haven't thought about this. And that's why it kind of like, ooh, that's why I'll have a look. So let's have a butcher's at this. Is there some kind of indication or someone else left who might be possibly able to turn things around for Labour and rebuild the communities, the population's trust in them for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So, and thank you for the one upvote and all that kind of stuff. It's gorgeous. But let me just have a bunch of these. 2 more, it feels like. But I do need to find a better way of any suggestions on how we can manage these readings and stuff like that a bit more easier, betterer. You know, because I love to have the conversations keep going and stuff like that. It's just phenomenal. I genuinely find it sexy. Because we are all sexy. It is brilliant. Have faith. All right. Faith in the... But this doesn't feel like... It's faith in the project, not faith in the God, Spirit, Universe, whatever you want to call them. Okay. 2 of Cups. Clubbing together. 10 of Cups. Tower. Too little, too late, it feels like here. The 2 of Cups feels like the replacement, but it's too late. Too little, too late. The arrogance of now supersede. And I keep saying, and I have been saying this for the longest time, is that the issue is that all the replacements, possible replacements in the cabinet or whatever, they've all stayed. They're all part of it. They're all tarnished. Yeah? They're not... If it was like, country before party, blah, 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 then you would have thought they would have moved by now and gone, no, this is ridiculous. We're going to change it, get rid of Stuttery Starmer and get into something else. But there is definitely somebody there. But this, like I said, this is faith in the project, not faith in the ideals of Labour, blah, blah, whatever they are. King of Pentacles, the accountant of the deck, reviewing the situation, that kind of thing, glorified Excel spreadsheet. Ace of Pentacles, planting the seed of opportunity. Empress, ooh. This person's nominating this one. This one feels as if, because these are definitely 2 people, this is the action. So this one, and it doesn't have to be a bloke, but it is it feels as if they are the ones that were... We did the reading a couple of weeks ago about, I think it was last week or whatever. They all blend together when they were saying, when we predicted that there'll be somebody who would stand to trigger the movement in the party to get nominated, but they don't expect to win. They're just doing it for other people to kind of like kick them up the backside to start. And this is the one over here that they are actually wanting to... Does that make sense? So they're not planning to win. They're just triggering the situation. Enough's enough. And they want this one to win when they finally actually put their name in the hat. Yeah? Ace of Wands. Light bulb moment. Page of Cups, flirting with ideas. This one hasn't even decided whether or not they want to do it. Fool card, new beginnings, taking a leap of faith. The Empress here, this Empress here does not feel as if, it doesn't feel like Rayna to me. It doesn't feel like Streeton to me. I don't know that many, I don't know all 400 or whatever names, right? But it feels as if it would, because I'm comparing to them. What I'm trying to do energetically is compare them to the ones I do know. So, like John McDonald, Diane Abbott. I know the reason why I'm bringing them up is because it feels like this is kind of like a far left, hard left, whatever buzzword you want to use, similar to the Corbynite kind of movement. That's what this feels like. And I've actually inadvertently seen what's under here. There's 9 of Swords. Because I leant back in my chair to reflect on the energy. But yeah, the thing to take away from here, whatever happens down here, all this here is like internal politics. The timeline, it feels like at the top here, when they finally get together, they finally get it all sorted. Oh, brilliant! We've got her in now, and it does feel like it does feel kind of mumsy. I know that the Empress is a nurturing card, but it's like just does feel quite mumsy. It's too little, too late. Too little, too late. Underlying energy, the Hierophant. This is going back to what's happened with the budget. Yeah, law and order, the rules of the game, all that kind of stuff. They can't get away from it. Yeah. As an example, and I, for me, it's only like a couple of minutes after Prime Minister's questions to sit down and do this reading and stuff like that. But the one thing, because he thought he's so clever, he was asked about, Starry Starmer was asked about the juries, and it was a highlight thing. Clip that I saw on, because I do enjoy watching Times Radio politics when they actually do a pretty good job, because like they take one question and then debate it, and then the next question and debate it live kind of thing. I quite like it. It's quite an entertaining, different way of doing it compared to other channels and stuff. I don't mean that I agree with them. It's just an interesting debate. I noticed and picked up very quickly that one of the Conservatives tried to make it a slam kind of thing. Starmer said this back in the day, and now they want to get rid of juries. Lammy said this back in the day, and now he wants to get rid of the juries. That was basically the question. And then Starry Starmer shot himself in the foot, but I don't think many people have picked up on it yet. That I've seen, but like I said, I've just pretty much sat down here and doing it. Starry Starmer went through the percentages of what cases do what, and I think, and I'm broad strokes here, right? This is really broad strokes, rough numbers, apart from the last one that is actually that I can remember. So it's about 80% is in the magistrates' court. It doesn't even go to the Crown Court. He said something about 10% or so go to the Crown Court, and they plead guilty and all that kind of stuff. But the actual number I can remember that he said is 3% of the cases that finally get to the point of needing a jury, bearing in mind vast majority not having a jury at any point during this, I think would be eye-opening for some people. It was eye-opening for me as like, really? It's 3% uses juries. So, but they want to stop juries for 3%, and that's how somehow it's going to sort out the backlog. I smell like that doesn't make any much sense to me. I don't know about you, but that really and it's like the reality. This feels like not necessarily Law and Order, but it's like reality to spin, or kind of whatever they're smoking, kind of like labor ideals kind of thing, if you get me. Like reality compared to what they say. So overall, though, sleepless nights. The pressure's getting to them. I like it. Serves them right. Karma happening in real time. So let's get the prediction deck, because for the new boys and girls, we always do a snapshot of now, which we've got right here. There's all this income that, like, they're still flirting whether or not they're even going to do it or not. And this is going to, like, force their hand whether or not they're going to do it and all that kind of stuff. So there is somebody to directly there is somebody that people have got in mind here, but I don't think it's the usual suspects, shall we say. It does feel much more Corbynite, much more kind of Diane Abbott wing of the party. So while I'm doing this, please feel free to subscribe, dingling that bell and all that jazz. Thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed recently. It's very, very nice indeed. I don't know what YouTube is doing about the numbers, because they don't seem to be going up, but I can see that people are subscribing, and that is lovely. Thank you so much indeed. Please like and share and dingling the bell and do many YouTube things. It genuinely helps out the channel so much. It is phenomenal. Bribe the algorithm, and if you do get the option on, depending on what device you're watching us on, please hype as well. That annoys me. You see what I mean? Hype exists on only some platforms and not others, and it's just like, this is the stupidity. Not only is the YouTube dashboard behind the scenes so complicated that you don't quite know where things are, and even though when you learn where things are, it's a rigmarole to get to it, if you get me. It's all, you can tell it's all been built by engineers and they don't quite know what they're doing. But, you know, it works. But it's annoying. So, one more I've been told on these. And comment down below. That's where you can obviously keep the conversation going and also suggest future readings and stuff like that. It's very, very lovely indeed. Thank you so much indeed. Very, very nice. Like this one. So, let's have a butcher's in the dark. There is something here straight away that, and I'm going to use the example of the budget, because even though I was predicting that the Prime Minister's questions or Wednesday was going to be the turning, the pivot point, what I didn't realise in that prediction, and I only learnt this morning, is similar to the people from OBR were facing a select committee, something or other, in Parliament yesterday. Reeves is going up to that committee today. So it's like on Wednesday. So it's like, ooh, this, everyone should be watching that. But there is something here, like this darkness here feels as if it's like this controlling the narrative, but it's so that they can sneak things around, similar to what was happening with the budget, where everyone knows we lived it, and yet they're still claiming they're scoffed at the FCA when Kemi mentioned it, and like possible market manipulation and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, that's exactly what you had more data than you were letting on. And if you haven't already, watch that Sky News. I don't particularly like Sky News, and I don't particularly most of them anyway. But Sky News produced an amazing video about the £16 billion that Stuttery Starmer keeps bashing on about, and why it's absolute BS. And it's a graph and everything, and it's step by step, and it's phenomenal. It is well orchestrated. It's very simple. There's no hiding from it. It makes sense. All right. So go and watch that if you haven't already. I know it's the second time I've mentioned it, but just go and watch it. It's that sort of energy I'm getting. Cherry picking. Two of Cups. There's evidence. Keeps coming up. 10 of Cups. Social media ain't going to make it happen. Downgraded. So either way, it's too little too late. Yeah? It's too little too late. The Tower, the downgraded, Labour slapped silly, and not in a good way. This corner, it ain't happening. If they'd done this months ago, if they'd done this just after the budget, to be honest, I know it's only been a week. It feels so much longer. But it's like, even then, they may have had a chance. But they're like I keep saying, they're playing the game that doesn't resonate anymore. They're still trying to play like checkers, the old way of doing things, when we're in, Pluto in Aquarius, different energy cycle for 20 odd years. It's a different mentality, and they're still playing the old school game, which doesn't work. It doesn't resonate anymore. So it's like we're playing chess, they're playing checkers. The board looks the same, but completely different moves. And so it like no matter how many advisors they have and spads or whatever they're called, it's like it doesn't work. You know, they're experts on the previous way of doing things. And the downfall, social media bombarding them. Public burnout. Again. There's something there about, and this is very technical. It's something about certain, like the Labour as general is more interested in protecting Starry Starmer than the party in itself, if that makes sense. They're willing to throw everybody under the bus, internally, externally, whatever. Even like Rupert? What is his name? Head of OBR that quit for telling the truth. That it's just like, what's the point? It feels like here now. It's like, why do we want to save this? Let them all, let it burn. Let it all burn. My inner Peggy Mitchell there, it seems. With the Queen Vic. It's the only clip. I've never watched EastEnders, but it's just the clip of Barbara Windsor, the legend that was. It's like, let it burn. It's the only really two things from EastEnders that has ever resonated with me. It's like, you ain't my mother, yes I am, and let it burn. So that's what it feels like. Ace of Pentacles. There's funding there. There's also pressure there. Empress. Positive outcome. Yeah? So for Labour in itself, this new person, this Empress, positive. Yeah? Excellent. It works out well for them. Okay? So even though it's downgraded and stuff like that, whoever this is, this mumsy, continues on, it feels like. It's like they can clearly go, line in the sand, that was Stuttery Starmer, that was Reeves, that was this generation, this craziness, and then this shift. Yeah? So in the short term, losses, downgraded, Labour's out in the wilderness, that kind of thing. But in the long term, they've got somebody. Ace of Wands, lies and deceptions. That, like I said, Reeves, budget, that kind of thing. Starmer, etc. Page of Cups, controlling the narrative. Ooh. Sorry, I leant back again. I had to move my mic. It's a lovely chair. I'm sorry. It's a nice chair to lean back in. She's not as squeaky clean as she makes out for controlling Do you know what I mean? There's something here, and it's something along the lines of, yes, we can draw the line in the sand as we just discussed, but she's involved somehow. She stood by and watched it happen. And it's like, this controlled narrative feels as if it's almost like rethink. Almost like 1984 kind of double, obviously you've got double speak, but it's like rethink. It's like, I can't remember what the specific term is, but from the book, but that's what that feels like. It's beyond marketing, I will say. It's beyond leaflets. It's beyond, it's changing the timeline a bit. And it doesn't sit right with me. Full card, royal family. Keeping control. So the royal family down here, with the new beginnings, that's lovely. But the royal family, that's got an energy of, that we've had all year, of like, we've got more important things to worry about. It's almost as if the eye is not on the ball anymore. It's elsewhere. It's the cancer things. It's the shenanigans there. We've already, last year we were talking about, and it's on the channel. You can go and watch it yourself. Multiple times this time last year, we were talking about how Wills was going to take way more control than, the transition was going to be way bigger than anyone taking more control, blah, 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 had expected. And this feels very much, it almost feels like they're reasserting themselves, but it's like it's too little, too late kind of energy. So we've got the lives of Stuttery, Starmer and Reeves. We've got this controlled narrative of changing history to make them look better. And then this is complicated. For one card, that is very complicated. Overarching energy, replace or exchange. Yes. Underlying energy, drone strike. The pressure is on, still on, doesn't persist. Like it persists. It doesn't. What's the word I'm looking for? There is no release from it. The pressure is building and building and building. Bombarded social media. Yeah. So they're stuck. Nothing can happen. Nothing can happen. I'm very confused down here. But I like this. So to directly answer Tally's question, yes, there will be but it's too little too late. But there's a break in the thing. But I'm worried about this whole, notice how dark it is down here compared to detail and information. Yes, we've got burnout and that's dark there, but it's very much kind of can barely see what's going on. It's very, very concerning. There's something there that I'm not quite. You know what? I'm going to get the dinky deck out before we go to the outcome because it's bugging me. It's really, but I've got 3 of cups that fell out. The 3 cups, which have been keep coming out as not celebrations, as teamwork, as working together for vested interest. Can we clarify the lies, deception, controlled narrative, and royal family, please? For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Mm-hmm. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And we've been told to shuffle instead. Okay, shuffle. Lies, deception, controlled narrative, royal family, please. Mm-hmm. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Shuffle. Oh, hello. Caught that one as well. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves for a bit. Shuffle takes a little time. It's Well, you were talky. Ace of Swords. The truth of the situation. All right. There's something that tells me that we should say right now to remind everybody that this is just for entertainment purposes only. Everything in this is a lie for legal reasons. It's all made up. It's complete fiction. It's just nothing. This video does not even exist. It's a figment of your imagination. It does nothing. Nothing. It's not. It's look. I can't see it. Whatever it is, I just wanted to clarify. This is just for entertainment purposes only. All right. Just and that's on the wonk, so we'll go that hawk lady. There's something here that's not precedented. There's something here that nine of pentacles here. This is the Garden of Eden. It's on pause. It's on hold. There's something here like it can't be manifested yet. There is a grey area. Emperor in reverse. I wonder who that could be. Read along together. Could The Emperor in reverse is Charlie Boy, obviously. The Queen of Swords is the Epstein, Andrew, other things that also like questions. Why has no one done anything? What's all that, right? Six of Pentacles. That feels more like a payout than a give and take back and forth. That feels more like a because originally when I saw it, it felt that's the transition that we were talking about here with between Charlie Boy and Wills. But there's more to it. There's a payout here. There's actually I don't think Andrew's involved. There is something here that a payout is triggered. Holy hold on. Sorry. I'm running out of decks here. Screw it. Let's use this one again. Security, holding on for dear life. Security blanket. Is this all a distraction? Is this all purposely incompetent? That can't be right. Is that? 3. Okay. Cut and 3. Hiding something. Overarching energy. King of Pentacles again. Underlying 10 of Cups again. So the King of Pentacles knows about this. This is like institutional kind of like the energy I'm getting here, okay. And the Ten of Swords, it feels as if okay. Let me backpedal a little bit. King of Wands, Starry Starmer, walking people breakfast club. The doesn't get old. It really doesn't. It's the only highlight of my day is doing the demented Zippy. Notice how he's looking. Okay, the Ten of Swords, the backstab. That is the institutions not functioning as they should be. Okay. This is entertainment purposes only. This is something fundamental here with Charlie Boy. And it's some sort of payout. There's some sort of, and it's not Andrew. Andrew's a distraction as well. But there is some sort of Hmm. Hmm. There's some sort of... Yeah, is it even fair? Whatever it is, though, it's exposed. There's something here. I don't know if I've missed something, but fairness is cloudy. Should it be happening is also very cloudy. But whatever this is in the public domain. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see. I was so focused on the cards, I wasn't looking at the monitor. There's something here about it. This payment is being exposed or has been exposed. It's in record somewhere. The institutions are definitely not working as they should be. The moon card is the cover-up of all of this. Apart from the Queen of Swords, that's the media, you and me, calling out stuff. Excuse me. Suddenly got very... my belly, it was grumbling. Six of Pentacles here. Have the accounts been published? Is that what's happening here? There's because it's outgoings. It's not give and take back and forth. I'm not getting that. I'm like a balanced approach. I'm just getting payouts with the, which is very rare for the Six of Pentacles. And this is partly why, because the institutions are trying to cover up whatever this is over here and functioning a different way to where they normally would be because of this down here. Stuttery Stammery is trying to like make hay kind of thing. And this King of Pentacles knows about it. Being opportunistic, you know what I mean? So the Ten of Cups is when he calls this out, it's like, here we go. Oh, I've been such a dum-dum. Oh my god. Right. The King of Pentacles are not the same person, right? They're the same card, obviously, King of Pentacles, but it's two different people. This one down here under public burnout, that one is definitely internal labor, gonna kind of put their name in the hat to trigger leadership and all that kind of stuff. We know that. We've talked about that before. King of Pentacles up here, I'm getting more about like the OBR ex-boss, in the sense that from his part of the world, he knows this bit's happening as well, which is being covered up. But now he's loosey-goosey. He's been released into the wild. He was released the day before he was supposed to be speaking to the committee that we talked about at the beginning, yesterday. That's when I realised, and they were reporting, oh, but Rachel Ray is going up there on Wednesday. It's like, pivot point. Right. So this here, we ain't heard the end of this one. Right? Now the shackles are off kind of thing. Now he's free agent. Something he's going to, like, this is truth bomb. This is like, with the Ace of Swords there as well. This is truth bomb of this, whatever this is. But he's trying to, Stuttery Stammer is trying to make use of the, it's not even confusion. I was just literally going to go, oh, made up of this confusion. This is by design. And notice I've talked about everything but one card, and that is also by design. So let me just move. I'm just moving them all down there so I can remember this for the outcome. Right. I'm sorry about that. That took way longer than I was expecting. That, however, finally makes more sense. Because you've now got both sides, even this one, who knows about this, is doing the moon card. Stuttery Starmer, this side, is doing the moon card to protect the institutions, to protect from the money. This is much more serious than... This is way more serious. This is... Yeah. Bloody hell. We may need to take this into the elite side where we can talk a bit more freely than publicly. Because there is something here that is profound. So the outcome to this reading, please. The outcome to the reading, please. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Right, so 8 of Wands. Quick movement. It feels like it's quick information, and the quick movement is to retaliate from it. But both are there in the 8 of Wands. Heartbreak. Exactly. So we've got the heartbreak over the truth of the situation, or at least in the darkness, it's being exposed. Heartbreak, quite right. Social media. This is us manifesting what we want. Downgraded. Still trying to defend their ground. Oh, bless them. Public burnout. Burdened. Makes sense. That continues. Banking. Stuck. What I've just heard from the hangman going down is this is unprecedented. This is unprecedented. And the banking and currency and stuff is the Bank of England interest rates. This is unprecedented. There is something... and I've just been reminded of the last thing that was unprecedented, which was they went for a second vote. No, was it this time or was it the one before that? There was some point in the last couple of months about interest rates and stuff. The panel within the Bank of England voted twice on it because of inward... They couldn't agree. It was the wrong answer. And then they voted again. Right? That's never happened supposedly before in the Bank of England. So, I said mumsy. Being practical, being organised now with the Queen of Pentacles. So they're going to be all right. The transition, I really want to know who this is, but like I said, I don't know. But like I said, they're more left than, well, I was just about to say Stuttery Starmer, but we don't even know what he believes in, do we really? But they are hard left. This is reverting to more Corbynite. Lies and deception, defending their ground, controlled narrative. Once again, 10 of Swords coming out twice. This is falling. This is more determination with the Chariot. Still want to keep going with the royal family. Overarching the Emperor. It's all about Charlie Boy. Underlying energy, Queen of Cups. Basically support Charlie Boy. Something fundamental is happening here with the Ten of Swords twice, which is a betrayal of you and me and the institutions. It's almost as if they're riding roughshod over how it should be done. The institutions have always worked, something along those lines, because there is no oversight. There's a reason why there is no oversight. And once again, there is one card that I haven't spoken about specifically and purposefully. And I'm still not. This feels like they're going to try and justify all this. Notice how we've gone from 8, 9, 10 on the wands over here. 7, 8, 9, 10. And they're going to try and defending the ground here. Both sides, the 9 and the wounded warrior and the defending the ground. It's like we were doing it for the country before party. Vested interest for the people of this country. We were trying to protect the situation. We were going to try and do this, that, and the other. When this all comes out, this here is rotten. What they've been getting away with down here is like obscene, because there is no oversight. Yeah. And there's work, and to the point where I think Farage needs to get ready, because now the banking is stuck, the currency is the economy is stuck. This feels like the Bank of England genuinely does not know what to do now. Genuinely, like they're being crazy with and all that stuff. Like the government, Reeves is doing crazy stuff over here. We've got to try and minimise the damage by interest rate or something or other, or this, that, and the other. And she's taking credit for it, which has got nothing to do with her. They're trying to put the brakes on, it feels like. They're trying to, manage the decline, if you get me. It's like this 5 interest rate. An old, it's just an image that's popped into my head. An old roller coaster, like from the early 1900s, and you've got that bloke that sits in the middle with the brake of the 2 carts each side, and there's that bloke that actually rides with you and actually brakes and all that kind of stuff. That's what the Bank of England is in the middle. They're trying to be the brake in the middle, trying to keep things on the track. But this is huge. This is. Can we clarify the double 10 of cartoon clarity? I'm sorry. This is massive. This is, and Charlie Boy's determination as the Emperor is causing worse things to happen. Wasn't there last week, wasn't it, or the weekend, a conversation, or I saw a short from a YouTube short from Dan Wootton, but don't judge me, please. But he was saying along the lines that there was some sort of discussion about there was some parts that wanted Wills to take over, Charlie Boy to abdicate, and that kind of thing, and Charlie Boy was staying put, blah blah blah. It was only like a minute long short, but it was something along those lines this week, just gone. There is definitely a stick in the mud, once determined to make this happen, keep going. So cartoon clarity on the 10s, imagination, some sort of money involved here, blessing, fury, compromise. The imagination here very much feels as if let me I haven't looked at the overlying. Right, let me just put them in the order that I keep seeing them in my mind's eye. Okay, if that makes bit more sense. So this is the government and what we were talking about here with the Bank of England and stuff like that. Desperate, like the money, follow the money, trying to be persuaded, that kind of thing, keep things back on track and all that kind of stuff. The imagination is you and me. Excuse me. Oh, my throat just went, throat chakra. You and me. To remind us to like what we were starting right at the beginning. It's weird how everything comes back on track, doesn't it? It's all part of the same thing. What is your destination? I keep bashing on about this. Yeah. What do you want to manifest? Basically your destination is your version of freedom, whatever that looks like. If that is a 3-bedroom house in like Doncaster, fair enough. Yeah. Corner plot, nice garden, easy commute, blah, 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 safe as houses kind of thing. Beautiful. Well done, you, chef kiss. If that then looks like traveling around Europe in a Merc van, converted into a camper van for a year, working on a laptop. Brilliant, chef kiss. That's your idea of freedom, yeah? Her indoors and mine is, a small holding farm, whatever you want to call it, yeah? Homestead thing. That we are being reminded of that right now. We've got to have a plan of action where we're going to be. So while they're trying to pay off people, get rid of people, that kind of thing, this feels like, this feels desperate, really desperate. Now this here. The blessing will be coming very soon. With that's the blessing, the change of arms and all that kind of stuff of the Labour Party, bringing it all back. The fury is going to be what this double 10 of swords is. How the easy word, a loosey-goosey word everyone uses, corrupt this situation really is. No one's been talking about it. It's almost been distracting from it. Yeah? And then this feels like a reconciliation. This feels like an agreement, a new way forward, that kind of stuff. Because even the media have been like denoticed or been told not to talk about this. This is profound. Trapped though. They've trapped themselves. And now they've got to make a choice. Hesitation. Now that but they're worried, anxiety, that kind of thing, but they're trapped. There is a huge, I'm just seeing, let me just put those down there. I'm seeing a huge jigsaw puzzle piece kind of casting a shadow down the Thames, just floating down past Tower Bridge, that kind of thing, Westminster Abbey, that kind of, just this missing piece, this huge, massive, floating missing piece that has just been ignored for so long, and it's just going to plummet down in its place. And this is going to be huge, because all of the cabinet know, pretty much. I think even some of the shadow cabinet know, because they're where they are. Because they're all on the unknown, it's just not talked about. There is basically a duplicate council of all the leaders of Parliament are on the Privy Council. I don't think but they're for life. I think I'm confusing the Privy Council to something else council, but it's like there's a duplicate. So Kim is on there. Some of the front benches are on there. Ian Duncan Smith, from being a leader ages ago, is still on there. John Major's still on there. Blair would be on there. All the quite high ups of the Labour Party are all on there. They all know it because they're all kind of part of this other council for the royal family for life, and they all know what's happening because of that. Their legally binding involvement of that. And the chariot here is turning from determination to keep on going and that kind of stuff to almost like an arrogant control freak kind of, I will, I've waited long enough kind of energy. I am going to stay here kind of thing. But there is something here which has meant that they can't focus on day to day in these institutions, these things, what we were talking about, because they're all wrapped up in this is a massive cover up. This is massive. And it touches everybody. Yeah. Because it all goes back. Queen of Cups is just falling out again. It all goes back to the Emperor. It all goes. Oh, hold on. We've got the Lovers, the choice here. The Four of Cups fell out. Justice. Cause and effect. They're all gonna. All they had. The energy I'm getting here, and I'm sorry I'm waffling here because I'm trying to pull it all apart. The energy I'm getting here is that all you had to do was keep on track. But they're being so distracted by this internal crazy that it is, we are really not going to enjoy this. We are really not going to. I've just been reminded of France. We are quite literally, is the best way to describe it, because of the madness that's going on over here. We are quite literally living in a republic, all by name, and they are not even doing a good job about it. Kind of energy. That's the sort of profound change that's happened here because of necessity. But the necessity is now dragging everybody it touches down with it. And they'll probably try and justify it. They'll probably just try and like this, that, and the other. But it is fundamental. Oh, dear. Overarching energy behind closed doors. Enough said. We know about it. Fair enough. Imprisonment. They're stuck. This is may even lead to some people actually. This is proper crazy. The journey feels like to Sandringham. Underlying energy. We had justice come out. So it feels as if they had one job to do. They didn't do it. They've dropped the ball, all of them. The institutions are running riot and crazy internally because they're supposed to be oversighting but being distracted by other things. That feels like Sandringham. The court case has come out. The justice card has come out. This is going to be huge. And I don't think there's going to be any way out of this. There is something huge here. I'm going to leave this here now because I've just realised how long this has been going on for, and I apologise for it. But like as you could see, I've been trying to like desperately pull this apart. But this, don't underestimate how big and how it's almost like Spectre from James Bond, the kind of like the fingers, the tentacles in many different pies, and it's that kind of thing. Anyway, we'll leave this here for now. Thanks, Tally. Thanks. If you enjoyed this, please thumb me like, hype if you can. That'd be fantastic. And thank you very much indeed. I will probably put this. We'll probably do a double. Oh, wow. They really don't want us to. I was going to say, we'll put the double Ten of Swords reading on the elite side to continue this on a little bit more investigative, kind of what the hell's going on. And they really don't want me to talk about it. So, yeah. We'll leave that there for now. Subscribe, ding-a-ling, comment down below if you know any particular person here and stuff. Like I said, the mumsy here, it's just too little too late. They can't say this. When this comes out, not only is it going to make sense of what like the Bank of England has been trying to do, the budget, the things, all that kind of stuff, it's like the missing piece. Anyway, subscribe, ding-a-ling. But until next time, we do this crazy shenanigans all over again. Take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.